إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد قل أفغير الله تأمروني أعبد أيها الجاهلون. ركزوا على كلمة الجاهلون، يعني من عبد غير الله فهو جاهل حتى لو كان أكبر عالم. فالعلم عند الله سبحانه وتعالى هو أن تعرف الله سبحانه وتعالى، أن تعرف الله سبحانه وتعالى أولا. In the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, commanding the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to answer the disbelievers, say, you want me to worship someone besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, O you ignorant? So anyone worships besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ignorant, even if he is the most knowledgeable. Degrees equate zero in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you don't know who He is. People abandoning life, literally, to save their life nowadays, as you can see everywhere, the panic. And the majority of people don't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and even don't know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who do don't even thank Him. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, بَلِ اللَّهَ فَاعْبُدْ وَكُمْ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ. يعني من حقق العبادة لابد من أن يشكر. If you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no way that you don't thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time for the very only ni'mah that you can think of, life. Why are people hiding? Why is the panic? To save this life, to take care of this life, that they don't appreciate the one who gave it to them. Wallahi, if you just think about that, you would realize how ignorant people are. يعني لا يمكن أن يكون هناك جهل بالله سبحانه وتعالى أكبر من إنه الإنسان يعني زي ما بقولوها بإيديه وبجريه متمسك في هالدنيا ومتمسك في حياته وما بيعرف ولا بشكر اللي أعطاه هذه الحياة. يعني الله سبحانه وتعالى خلقك. Allah created you. He gave you that life that you are dying to save. You do everything possible to save it and to protect it and to care for it, and you don't thank Him. So if you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, definitely you will be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you understand the meaning that I personally constantly refer to in the khutbah, nothing ascends to the sky ما صعد شيء إلى السماء أعظم من الإخلاص وما نزل شيء من السماء أعظم من التوفيق. Nothing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes and accepts bigger and better than ikhlas, sincerity. You worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only Allah. He is the one who gave you life. He is the one who provides for you. He is the one who protects you. He is the one who rules you. Everything in your life from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. So anything ascends good, but without ikhlas, zero. And if you have the ikhlas, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the tawfiq. That's why you find people, whenever they initiate a righteous deed, mashallah, they complete it. And it's easy, just like I said before. If you want this life, you will get what's prescribed for you. But how do you get it? The hard way. And it could be the haram way. And if you want the hereafter, you get what's prescribed for you the easy way. SubhanAllah, you buy yourself a car, it was just so smooth. You did not check, you just went and then, how much? Okay, you took it. 3,000-4,000, you made profit in it. Just like that. Another person went a day before and a day after and checked and hired a mechanic and took it and all of that. And at the end, he lost on it. Or made profit that is not even worth the hassle. Why? Because this person has focus in life on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You probably find him, he goes, he prays, he worries about the time, he goes whenever you have, never contradicts, never loses. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses his time and his life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also told us another ayah, إنه في سورة يوسف إنه من يتقي ويصبر يتقي ويصبر. التقوى بتكون مع مين؟ مع الله سبحانه وتعالى. والصبر غالبا مع مين؟ مع الناس. يتقي، عندك تقوى مع الله سبحانه وتعالى، تلتزم بأوامر الله سبحانه وتعالى، ثم تصبر على أذى الناس. هذا شو معناها؟ اللي بيكون صابر على أذى الناس، متى الناس يؤذوك؟ غالبا when you enjoin good and forbid evil. سفيان الثوري رضي الله عنه من أتباع التابعين كان يعني روي أنه كان لا يخرج ولا يرجع إلا يأمر بالمعروف وينهى عن المنكر طيلة الطريق، رايح جاي، ما يشوف إنسان إلا يا ينهى عن منكر يا يشجع على معروف. Always سفيان الثوري commanding people to stay away from haram or doing something good. I come to the masjid, I see a young brother like this young man here, I'll say something positive for him. I'll give him a handshake, I'll give him a joke, I'll feed him almonds. It doesn't matter what you do, this is enjoying good. You think enjoying good is just talking, or attacking? It's not attacking, it's enjoying good. You are making good looks good in the eyes of the person. So Sufyan al-Thawri used to do that. So if you do that, not everyone is going to accept it. The majority will reject it, and the majority will hate you. But pay attention. Following the rules, and they still do that. Meaning, I take him on the side, and I give him the advice, and I show the care, and I have my proof, and he still rejects it. How about if you don't do that? It's going to be worse. So you have taqwa. If you have taqwa, you definitely will call people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you call people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're definitely going to harm you. That's why in Surah Luqman, يا بني أقم الصلاة. أقم الصلاة هي تقوى. كلمة التقوى إنك تأمر. يعني لاحظوا في حجة الوداع الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم وصف 3 أشياء. شو هم؟ الصلاة والنساء والأخوة. صلاة ونساء وbrotherhood. كل المسلم على المسلم حرام. 3 main ones. Take care of women, and then they come and tell you the feminist movement. I was telling the students, do you know what a feminist movement means? Number one, do you know who you are? Do you know that you're a Muslim? I'm addressing sisters in particular. Do you know that all of these movements are not made for Muslims? Do you know we cannot even fit in it, even if you want? That's provided that you are a Muslim, because you can fit in it by name. You're a Muslim. But if you're really a Muslim and you know your religion, you know definitely for sure it's not for you. Why? Because what's the goal of it? To elevate the status of women, to improve the status of women, because they are not treated properly. We don't have that problem. Believers, and I'm referring to believers. I know some of you would come, oh yeah, we have this and we have that. Because they're related to Islam, but they don't know Islam. If you adhere to the command of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when you get married, you will not have that problem. إذا أتاكم من ترضون دينه وخلقه فزوجوه. تنكح المرأة لأربع: لجمالها ولمالها ولحسبها ولدينها فاظفر بذات الدين تربت يداك. Marry the righteous woman, and the righteous woman marries the good man. That means they know the religion. How can they have problems? Yeah, they will have problems here and there, but not where a woman wants to be a man. Compare herself exactly like him. If he jumps, she wants to jump. If he scuba dives, she scuba dives. If she fly, she wants to fly. What is this? Yani, and you find the Muslims with name just going, yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? What's right with it? Your question is wrong. What do you want to improve more than what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done? You want to better the situation of the women that is set by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The last bequest of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, واتقوا الله في النساء فإنهن عوان عندكم. Fear Allah. Look how scary that word. Take care of women. Fear Allah. There's a severe punishment if you don't. If you want to tell me about your character, I don't care how you look good in front of the community. If you're not good with your wife, you're not a good person. I didn't say that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, خيركم خيركم لأهلي. The best amongst you is the one. Yeah, you can say, oh, he is a puppet to his wife or a puppy to his wife. Habibi, that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be that way. With your wife, you are a puppy. When you go outside, you're a lion. Not the other way around. A lion inside the house and a puppy outside. You cannot get it outside, you come and impose it on your wife. And you call yourself Muslim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sets the rules. And most of those people who just go with the flow, it's because they don't know Islam. So worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only Allah. If you do, you will be grateful. Because this is a great ni'mah. To have someone to worship is a ni'mah. Can you imagine that people look for dogs and cats and rats and rocks and to worship? What? I don't know from where to start. To know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is your Lord, that is a wonderful ni'mah that you should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's so comforting, it's so relaxing, it's so real, it's so natural. You don't have to have proofs. You don't fail. You never complain about it. It's in there, it's built in. It's not something that you have to attach or to add or get an app and attach something and get electric and charge yourself. It is there, built in. You know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just improve it. Improve it with knowledge. So if you're not from those, then you are jahil. So don't show me your degrees. Tell me what is the Qibla. Don't talk about atom and neutron, proton and everything. Tell me the meaning of Al-Fatiha. I'm talking basics. Then maybe we can talk. Unfortunately, the ignorance of the people make everybody go with those. The day of judgment. Oh, how many degrees are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala going to ask you about? Nothing. Man rabbuk, ma dinuk, ma nabiyuk. Wa madha kuntum ta'malun. What were you doing? Oh, I went to UTA and I graduated and I took the master degree and I had a double major and triple major and I done this and I done that. Okay, good job. MashaAllah. Do you know where the masjid is? You know, when I can. طيب. Udkhulu. I'll leave the rest to you. My conclude with something. You might think that you are so muwahid. And it's scary. A teacher teaches Tawheed. That's all he teaches. He has a parrot. And because he mentions La ilaha illallah so much, Rauf is smiling. He knows the story. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless Kuwait. every time they say La ilaha illallah, because it's Tawheed, the parent caught that word. So all he does is La ilaha illallah. That's all he knows. One time he came crying. Not necessarily crying, yani, sad and tears falling. The students asked, what's wrong? He said, and I know the brother's going to smile now. He said, well, I bought a cat. And the cat attacked the parrot and killed it. So the students start laughing. You killed a bird, big deal, Go to pet store or buy him. They said, oh, teacher, don't worry, we'll buy you 10 parrots. And he said, it's not the parrot that I'm crying for. I'm crying of how he died. He was attacked by the cat. All he knows is La ilaha illallah. He screamed with every sound except La ilaha illallah. And all he does is La ilaha illallah in the house. At need for help, he didn't say it. And I am worried about myself. I'm teaching you La ilaha illallah every day. And I'm thinking, am I going to be able to say La ilaha illallah when the angel of death comes to me? Wallahi, brother, this is the reality and this is the fact. You can spend your life doing something and thinking it is guaranteed in your pocket. That's why you always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to affirm your heart at time of death. And that's why you always make those dua. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا يوم ثبت القلوب ثبت قلبي على دينك. All of those ad'iyah, because at time of death you have no idea. So focus on La ilaha illallah, focus on worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, know the ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and remove ignorance from you. Become knowledgeable where you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you accept and be grateful for the ni'am, and inshallah you will be successful. You don't need to get a tablet to boost your immune system so corona will not attack you. What boosts your immune system is Taqwa. Taqwa, the creator of corona, is the one who will protect you. Wallah, if you have trusted Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you would live like a king even if your life looks like a slave. Think about that. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.